Well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back along to another episode of Dairyman's Diary. My name is Will, and you join me as we are, well, we're starting to do a little bit of ploughing here. It is early in the morning. It's about 8:30 a.m. Cattle have been milked, and it's just a little bit too damp to start with the next field of winter or spring barley this morning. So what we're going to do instead is get a little bit of ploughing started here for the couple of hours whilst we wait for the a little bit of dew to kind of burn away. Now we've got a lot of work to do at the moment as I make sure I swing wide and miss the combine header. In the field behind me here we have got Howie is out in the 64 and he is throwing that around, making sure that there's a little bit of hay and knocked down recently, that just making sure that's getting a good kind of throwing about there, because it's going to be a nice warm day today, so we want it to dry out as much as possible. Now we are aiming to get going with the combines shortly. We're going to be taking it over a field over that way. That's the last field up this end that we need to get it going with. So that'll be the aim for there, and then that won't take us, well, it shouldn't take us too long. We'll get that one harvested, and then we're heading back over towards Dad's to work on the land over there. But for the next few hours at least I'm going to be situated in the New Holland here, and we're going to get cracking really, see what we can get done. But yeah, we've got this field to plough over. The bales have been, well, the straw's been baled in that field, but it hasn't been, it's been stacked up in twos, and we need to get the rest of it carted in there. So that'll be a job for later on as well, which is why we're kind of leaving that little track along the end there. I'm half in the mindset just to leave that permanently there as well, because we do come in and out of those two fields quite a bit. But we'll make some progress with this at least. It's not a huge field, but it's something I want to get done and get it out of the way. That last field we were in when we started at the end of the last video there, that went very well. Wasn't a problem with that at all. Got some relatively good yields in there. Picked up a few spots around 3 tons an acre, which I was quite happy with. So we'll leave that as it is. It's in the shed now, nice and safe and dry. And we'll move on, hope to get the last field of winter barley done today, I would imagine. But elsewhere, everything else is looking good. We're very busy at the moment. We are trying to crack on with a little bit of haymaking. Howie's busy with that right now. And then after that as well, we've got some cattle that are going away to market tomorrow. So Greg is hopefully getting those guys up and ready. I'll be taking those away in the stock trailer tomorrow, I should imagine. And then yeah, we've got obviously a lot of ploughing to do. We're going to start thinking about getting our winter crops ready for drilling, so that's going to be a little bit of extra work there. We'll have to get all the machines out onto the fields probably over the next few days. We're due to receive a demonstration tractor in the next few days as well. It's going to be a new Massey Ferguson. We might be looking into, well, we might look at replacing the 64. We'll have to see. The 6480, that is the big Massey. It's got a few hours on there, but I do still really like that, so we might, I don't know, we'll see. But we are just going to have a look at that anyway, check out the Massey, see how it's what, in 6700 series, 67S I believe it is, so it's a relatively new model. Very intrigued to see how it works. I've read a lot of good reviews about it, and a couple of local farmers to us here have it as well, so they're very impressed by it, so we'll have to wait and see. For now though, we're just rumbling on with the plough. It's good to get back out and ploughing actually, it's been a while. I always do like to be on the plough. And away we go. Perfect. So yeah, it's all good and going at the moment there. We've got a lot of fodder in the shed right now. A lot of straw is in there as well, and also just an awful lot of you can just see how he's tractor lights over there, I think. We've got a lot of hay and straw in there, which is fantastic news. We've got a little bit more to get. At the moment, we've got in the region about 60 acres of hay knocked down. If the weather's wants to stay mild, which at the moment, to be honest, it looks like it might. We might try and get another 40 acres. We've certainly got the grass around here these days. So we'll have to see. It's something that we could definitely look into, that's for sure. So what we might look to try and get done today is we'll just get as much of this field done. We'll likely leave the headlands. Come back to those another day. Yeah, we just, as long as we had a good start in it, that's all that I'm really concerned about. When it comes to this time of year, I always kind of spend my day multitasking. Whilst it's a bit damp and dewy in the morning there, we'll get a lot of other tasks done that we need to, and then we typically find myself coming back to finish this all up. So how are you all doing today? I hope you're all very well. We are recording this, it is a Tuesday today, so we're keeping very busy throughout the week here. I hope you are too as well. Do let me know in the comments down below what you're getting up to and what you're working on. Tomorrow we are taking a whole load of finishing cattle to the mart, and they're going to be sold off there. So that is predominantly what we're looking at, 18-month-old calves that we've bred ourselves, and they will go, they're going away to be sold. So that should be quite interesting. I'll be very interested to see how much of a price we get for those. About 90% of our fleet, our herd at the moment is all, they are dairy. The last 10% of the dry cattle there, we have finishing cattle. So we just try and beef them up a bit, and then we'll see how it goes. This is a relatively new plough here, actually. The crew and very master. It's working a treat. This New Holland loves it. It's pulling up very well. We do have a mixture of land around here, so it does make it a little bit easier at times. Yeah, you can see it's got very width here, so we reduce it in before it turns over. We are going to be putting these two fields here. This is spring barley, this one and the next one. They're going to go into winter barley, and that's going to start our cycle again. So it'll be winter barley, and then we might put one field into the oilseed rape there, but typically we don't use it too much because we don't get a lot of straw off it, and predominantly we do grow our crops for the straw. So I'll have to see on that front there, but we'll see what we get, and we usually bring in some oats occasionally on the cycle as well, just to continue the rotation. So we'll continue with that as well, I should imagine. For now though, we're going to keep pushing ahead. We've got a little bit more to do here, so we'll see how much farther through this field we get. Probably get a good halfway through, if not more. And then we'll keep checking and see how the grass is doing. There's still a little bit of a shine to the grass when you look at it in certain angles, which indicates that there's still a fair bit of dew on the ground, so we'll have to wait for that to burn off. But yeah, Dad's got the Ford 78 with the grain trailer on. He took it back over to his the other night there, so we'll have to get him to bring that back across. And yeah, all being well, we should be able to get going with that as well. So lots for us to do this morning. We're going to get cracking along a little bit more here, and then we'll come back to you when we've made a little bit more headway. Okay then, ladies and gentlemen, we've got about halfway through that field there. What we're going to do now though is we're just going to drop the plough off about here. And then we're going to come back and finish it up late, probably tomorrow morning now, but we'll drop this off. We're going to need to put the New Holland onto the front of the header trailer. And yeah, we're going to get this all carted up and led away, so we'll just need to disconnect our hydraulic hoses. We're going to take the pin out the top link there, and the pins out the bottom links. There we go. Okay then. Dad is on his way over with the 7840, and he is going to just go swing straight up as well, so don't need to worry about him too much there. And what we'll do, we'll get this all hooked up first. Now Howie is just about to get himself set and moved across from one field into the other, so he is tedding hay. We're not going to bother him because I need to get all that hay turned out and dried out pretty quickly. Looks like there goes Dad now, actually. There he is, so we're going to chase him down. So I'll probably come back in the New Holland actually, and yeah, we'll get the combine ourselves, I think. Just want to get it all done, and we've got a lot of jobs that we need to kind of keep working on, so we can't really take anybody off any of the rolls, which is fine. I think I'm going to delay this by a few minutes. Just going to take it nice and slowly here with the header trailer. These are kind of private roads, but they're also extremely bumpy. Really unnecessarily bumpy. Last thing you want to do when you cart the header trailer around, particularly on the older header trailers that don't have quite the level of suspension in there. You don't want to rattle your header out to pieces. Okay, has he stopped there? Yes, he has. Okay, then, so I think, which way is the gate there, by the way? We can get ourselves all the way around here. It's looking a little tight, but there we go. We'll just swing this end back out a little touch. Excellent. Pretty perfect. Really, I'll leave that there to just kind of unhook all of that one. It's only a short walk back. I'll go back and grab the combine, and then we can get ourselves back into the saddle. Really. So we'll come back to you in just a moment when we're all prepared, back ready to go. Just have a quick look in as we're walking past the field. We might as well have a quick look at it. It's still a bit wet in places there, but it's drying out nicely. We'll probably look to get that all raked up today, actually. If it stays as dry and as cool as it's supposed to, we might be able to get that raked up today. Yeah, it's not looking too bad at all. Howie is moved on into one of the fields actually next to where we're working in, but that'll be good, so we can get that all worked through. And hopefully, well, like I said, if it stays nice today and tomorrow, hopefully we'll look at baling that tonight, if we can get through all this barley fast enough. It's non-stop. But that's kind of the way I like it actually at harvest time. Now let's see if this is going to fire up properly. There we go. Perfect stuff. Land's ploughed over very nicely as well actually. We're just going to give this a little bit of time to warm through. Everything's ploughed over nicely there. It might need a quick pass with the power harrow just to knock some of the tops off and break up some of the lumps. But it's looking pretty good. All being said, like I say, I'm actually thinking, because we need to get a few bales out this far field, and I am toying with the idea of putting some muck into that field as well. We might just leave this as a bit of a path through there. That kind of makes sense. But that's something we'll certainly look at anyway. Combine's looking good. We've kind of blown off all of the dust and debris around all the filters last night there, so it's looking nice and clean on that regard. So yeah, we'll get ourselves taken away up to the road there now. We'll just take ourselves out of the gate here nice and slowly. And away we go. I do love this combine. It really hasn't skipped a beat with us. It's phenomenal. It's actually a surprisingly large amount of grass around here, to be fair. It's growing in every field and growing thick. We could, as you can see, we've got this field, the next two up from it as well to be cut, and it's really coming through nicely. We could possibly get some more. I don't know if we need any more. We might make some third cut silage almost, just to keep around to sell if need be, because we got, God knows, got a lot of silage right now. But yeah, that might be something we look into doing as well, just to kind of, you know, it almost seems silly not to do it at this stage. Okay, so we'll get ourselves all set up here, and then we'll, this field isn't that big. It should only take us a couple of hours to get through, really, for the most part there. It's probably about 10 acres, but it's a nice 10-acre field. Oh, where's Dad gonna be? Oh, we're missing him, perfect. Okay, so we've got to kick the header trailer back a couple of foot, but we'll stay here and we'll get that all set up there. So come back to us in a little while when we get all set up, and we'll see how we can get going. Well, we're in the field, ladies and gentlemen. There's a header trailer down there somewhere. Got to be a little bit careful up to my left, and there's a gate to my right. But we're in the field. What we'll probably do here is just, well, I think we'll just go. We'll just get ourselves away here, I think, and then because we need to create a little bit of space so we can get everything tied up out the way here. Oh, that's a bit better. Back we go. Alrighty then. Had to just adjust the reel a little bit there. You don't want that reel too low when you're harvesting because it wraps around the stalks. You don't want it too high because then it doesn't really do its job. What it's supposed to be doing is kind of folding the crop in towards the knives. A bit higher still, maybe something like that. Perfect. Excellent. And we'll get this field done very quickly as well, I'm sure. We've got a field of maize left to go with at the moment. I haven't quite decided how on earth we're going to do that. I have an idea, but because our pit's full at the moment, I have an idea of what we can do. I'm going to kind of price that up once we get our harvest done, because that'll be ready a little bit later. It's something I haven't thought about doing before, but there is a contractor in the region who could help me out with my plans. So we'll see. It could be very interesting. Could be very lucrative even as well. So we'll have to see how that comes along. But that's something for us to think about for sure. Because yeah, having maize crop is great for dairy cattle. It really is. They get so many proteins out of a single crop of maize. It's really beneficial for their growth. So it's something that we will have to think about because of the way the grass has exploded in the last couple of months. Out with all the rain we had and the sunshine. We're really not running short of fodder, put it that way. Not at all. All being well, it shouldn't take us too long to get this field done. That's another one off the list, and then there's only 3 more including that maize field. So we are making some extremely good progress here. Really, really good to see that we're able just to push right through and get this all wrapped out nice and quickly. We'll continue to do so, and we'll probably just keep rattling through this field actually and come back to you when we're on a later day when we're all finished. Hopefully tomorrow we're going to have a demonstration tractor, as I mentioned, coming in, so we might use that one to run to do the auction to go to the cattle mart, but we'll see. And yeah, we'll get some videos of the review of that one as well. But for now we're going to leave it here, so thank you ever so much for watching. I do hope you have enjoyed. If you have, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to Simulation for the Nation, who very kindly offers to host everything. Until next time though, thank you ever so much for watching. I do hope you have enjoyed. We will see you later on down the week. So until then, do stay safe, enjoy what you're doing as always, but most importantly, happy farming.